What if a book could talk? Today's guest. Atomic Habits.
Sir Atomic Habits, thank you for joining me today. I've got a million questions. Is it okay if I ask, all of them?
Absolutely. Curiosity is a powerful starting point. Ask as many as you'd like. I'm here to help guide you, one step at a time.
Okay, here goes. First off, what exactly are you? What's an atomic habit?
An atomic habit is a behavior or routine that is both tiny and fundamental. The word atomic means small like an atom, but it also implies power and potential, just like atoms are the building blocks of matter. These habits are the building blocks of personal transformation. When performed regularly, these small behaviors accumulate, reinforcing a sense of identity and paving the way for massive outcomes over time.
Wait, so something really small can actually change my life? Like brushing my teeth every day?
Yes, precisely. While brushing your teeth might seem minor, doing it every day sends a powerful message to your brain, I care about my hygiene and my well-being. Over time, these tiny actions create consistency and reliability. Habits like that may appear trivial, but they shape your self-image and lay the foundation for much larger shifts.
Like magic?
Not magic, strategy, and science. The magic is simply the visible result of invisible effort. It's the compound effect of actions repeated over time.
Okay, but what about when nothing seems to happen? When I do something for 2 weeks and there's no progress?
That's very common. I call this the plateau of latent potential. Change is not always immediately visible. Imagine heating an ice cube. At 25, 26, 27 degrees, it doesn't melt. At 31 degrees, still frozen. But then, suddenly, at 32 degrees, it begins to melt. That shift didn't come from that single degree, it came from all the degrees before it. Progress often feels invisible, but it's happening under the surface. The key is patience and persistence.
So you're saying I shouldn't quit just because I don't see anything yet?
Exactly. Most people quit too soon because they measure success by what they can see. But true change is a lagging measure of your habits. You have to trust the process, especially during the silent progress phase.
So if I wanted to build better habits right now, where do I start?
Start by understanding how habits are formed. Habits operate on a loop: cue, craving, response, and reward. That means every habit begins with a trigger, the cue, leads to a desire, the craving, which prompts a behavior, the response, and finally delivers a result, the reward. Using that loop, I teach the 4 laws of behavior change. 1. Make it obvious. 2. Make it attractive. 3. Make it easy. 4. Make it satisfying. These laws help you intentionally shape behavior by designing your environment, mindset, and reward system.
Let's take them one at a time. First, make it obvious. What does that mean?
Making a habit obvious means designing your environment in a way that clearly prompts you to take action. Our behaviors often respond to visual cues. If the cue is hidden or ambiguous, you'll likely forget. For example, if you want to drink more water, placing a bottle on your desk increases the chance you'll remember. If you want to read, put your book where you'll see it easily, like on your pillow. You're using visibility to trigger action.
So it's like, I'm reminding my brain with objects?
Yes, you're training your brain by giving it signals. Think of your environment as a silent architect of your behavior. With every cue you place, you're laying a mental track that tells your brain, it's time to do this.
And for bad habits?
You invert the rule, make them invisible. Remove the cue. If you eat cookies when they're on the counter, put them in the pantry, or better, don't buy them. If your phone distracts you, leave it in another room. Out of sight, out of mind really works.
Ah, so I just make the bad stuff harder to see?
Exactly. That single step can drastically reduce the frequency of the behavior, make the right choices easy to see, and the wrong ones harder to access.
Next one, make it attractive.
Yes, we're more likely to repeat behaviors that are appealing. That's why you should find ways to associate good habits with positive experiences. One technique is temptation bundling, linking something you need to do with something you want to do. For instance, if you enjoy listening to music, only allow yourself to listen while jogging.
Like only watching my favorite show while folding laundry?
Exactly. You're associating a necessary but boring habit with a desirable experience. That creates a neurological craving loop. Over time, you'll find that even the originally dull habit becomes something you look forward to.
Third law, make it easy. That sounds too good to be true.
It's simple, but not easy. We often make habits harder than they need to be. The truth is, behavior change is not about doing more, it's about doing less, but more consistently. The 2-minute rule helps here. Start with a version of the habit that takes 2 minutes or less. Read 1 sentence, do 1 push-up, fold 1 shirt. This makes it frictionless to begin.
But how can just 2 minutes actually help me?
Because you're building the muscle of consistency. It's not the volume that matters at first. It's the act of showing up. When you establish the habit of beginning, it becomes easier to expand the behavior naturally.
Oh, so it's like tricking my brain into starting?
You could say that. But it's more like aligning with your brain's resistance and gently nudging it forward. Once you've started, inertia helps you continue.
Final law, make it satisfying. What do you mean by that?
Human behavior is driven by immediate rewards. If something feels good, we want to do it again. You can use this principle to reinforce habits. Celebrate small wins. Track your progress with visuals. Say something encouraging out loud. These tiny, positive feedback loops teach your brain that the habit is worth keeping.
Even something silly like putting a sticker on a chart?
Absolutely. That visual sign of progress feels good. It activates the reward center in your brain and encourages you to continue.
Okay, I have to ask, what happens when we mess up? Skip a day? Eat the cake?
That's completely normal. You're human. What matters is what you do next. The most important habit rule is, never miss twice. 1 mistake is an event. 2 creates a trend. Be forgiving, but get back on track immediately.
So I just have to come back the next day?
Yes, the strength of your habit is in your ability to restart, not your ability to be flawless. Missing once is a slip. Missing twice begins a new habit in the wrong direction.
Let's talk identity again. How do habits connect with who we are?
Identity is shaped by evidence. Every time you perform a behavior, you provide proof of the kind of person you are. If you study every day, you begin to see yourself as a learner. If you exercise, you build the identity of someone who values their health. It's not just about behavior, it's about becoming.
So doing little things proves I am that person?
Yes, habits are how you cast votes for your identity. You don't need a unanimous vote, just a majority. Every small action is a signal to yourself about who you are.
Can habits actually help when life feels out of control?
Absolutely. Habits are stabilizers. In times of stress or uncertainty, even small routines, like making your bed, journaling, or walking for 5 minutes, can ground you. They provide structure, familiarity, and a sense of control.
So even just brushing my teeth matters on a hard day?
Yes, that's a vote for self-care and order. Habits can be anchors in stormy waters.
Do habits help with emotions too?
They do. Habits regulate your mood by creating predictability and a sense of achievement. Routines like gratitude journaling or deep breathing can help reduce anxiety, and physical habits like stretching can influence your mental state.
Okay, I'm starting to see how deep this really is. It's not just about success, it's about life.
Exactly. Habits shape how you live, how you think, how you treat yourself and others. They are your daily vote for the life you want to live.
Last question, Sir Atomic Habits. What would you say to someone starting from scratch?
I would say you are not starting from scratch. You are starting from experience. Begin with one habit that aligns with who you want to become. Make it so small that success is guaranteed. Practice it daily. Over time, you'll not only build the habit, you'll build the belief.
Tiny changes, remarkable results?
Yes, and more than that, lasting transformation.
Thank you, Sir Atomic Habits. I've learned so much today. I hope everyone listening walks away with something meaningful they can actually apply. Would you share one last piece of advice for everyone watching? Something they can hold on to and maybe start today?
Before we go, let me leave you with this. No matter where you are starting from, no matter how small the first step is, what matters most is the direction you're headed. You don't have to overhaul your life in a day. Just take one small action today that moves you closer to the person you want to become, and then take another tomorrow. If something in this conversation helped you, if this book gave you a new way to think about your habits or your future, please share it with someone else who might need it too. Sometimes, one message shared at the right moment can change someone's entire path.